It's a perfect day for baseball here at Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. First doubleheader of the 2018 summer. This one between YD and the Cotuit Kettleers. YD looking to bounce back from an ugly 8-0 loss at home to the Falmouth Commodores last evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome you fieldside here at Lowell Park. TJ Matheson alongside Brandon Pelter. And Brendan, after seeing the excellent pitching performance we saw in Harwich on Friday, that Saturday performance last night, just not up to the standards of Coach Scott Pickler and the rest of this YD staff.
Yeah, but I think there's no better way to kind of bounce back with a doubleheader day, an opportunity to take 2 games against a team in the West here for the Red Sox, and I think it's a perfect way to leave it in the rearview mirror.
And a double dip with Cotuit here today. First pitch scheduled at just about 8 minutes. Here from Lowell Park. First pitch for the first game at 2 o'clock, and then the second game will take place at 5 o'clock. Both games scheduled for 7-inning contests. We're waiting around here for the national anthem here at Cotuit. Kettleers a 2-2 record entering this game. While YD, after dropping the game to Falmouth last night, a record now sitting at 2-2-1. Here, 5 games into the season. Starting pitchers for tonight for Scott Pickler's Red Sox will be Chandler Fidel out of the University of Arkansas, Little Rock.
Yeah, the Red Sox had Fidel coming out of the bullpen earlier this season. And he did a pretty good job against the Firebirds, going an inning of 1-hit ball, allowed a walk as well, but no runs. Looked pretty good in relief for the Red Sox, along with William Frank in that close 5-4 loss a few days ago.
Coming off a season at Little Rock, 15 games started, 6-4 record, 96 and a third innings pitched. ERA just a touch over 4, 92 strikeouts across just 21 walks. Fans filing into the stadium here at Lowell Park. So we wait around for national anthem. First of 2 games here between the Kettleers and the Red Sox. It's a team out west. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem and come back with starting lineups and first pitch right around the corner. You are listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. First of 2 games between the Red Sox and the Kettleers just about to get underway here from Lowell Park. TJ Matheson alongside Brandon Pelter for this one. Starting lineup starting with the YD Red Sox, the visiting team today here at Lowell Park. Leading off at second base, Jimmy Govern. Center field, playing in his second game as a Red Sox, Johnny DeLuca will bat second. Batting third, the right fielder, Quinn Cotton. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, Andrew Dashbach. Batting fifth, the catcher, Matt Dyer. Batting sixth, the third baseman, a newcomer to this YD squad, Andrew Martinez. Batting sixth. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, another new name to this YD lineup, Noah Campbell out of the University of South Carolina will bat seventh. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Christian Koss, making his first start of the 2018 summer. And batting ninth will be Brad Beasley. Opposing them on the mound will be Anthony Veneziano out of UC Santa Barbara. Left-hander out of Coastal Carolina. 6'6", 195-pound sophomore out of Hackettstown, New Jersey. This season at Coastal Carolina, 15 appearances, 12 starts, a 7-1 record, 3.81 ERA, 59 innings pitched. He allowed 50 hits, 25 earned runs, and struck out 61 across 36 walks.
You mentioned a lot of new names in the lineup here for the Red Sox. That's much of what this first week and a half of the season is. Names in and out, players coming and going, and we'll see a little more of that over the next few days before every team across the Cape starts to settle into their lineup for the summer.
Yeah, 4 Red Sox making their not debuts, but first start of the summer. As mentioned, Andrew Martinez, Noah Campbell, Christian Koss, and Brad Beasley. All 4 of them have, except Martinez. Martinez has not made an appearance yet, but Koss and Beasley both made an appearance in yesterday's 8-0 loss to Falmouth. Kettleers out warming up on the field here at Lowell Park.
And also for YD, the first time a man not named Zach Ashford is starting things out. He's not getting the start today, nor Nick Quintana, 2 of 3 guys, only 3, that have started all 5 games for YD. Quinn Cotton is in the lineup, the lone Red Sox that will have started all 6 games.
Temperature nearing 80 degrees on a cloudless day here in Cotuit, Massachusetts, as the catcher Humphreys will throw down to second to complete the Kettleers warm-ups, and Jimmy Govern and his stirrup socks will walk to the right-handed batter's box. Veneziano, tall, lanky left-hander, sporting his high socks. Cotuit going the maroon socks with the pinstripes and maroon hats, while Red Sox, red uniforms, white pants, Red Sox. Here's the wind in the first pitch. Home from the lefty. That is first pitch swinging. Govern bounce it out to the third baseman. That's not Jones. He bobbles it and cannot get Govern hustling down the line at first. And we saw the aggression with the YD hitters yesterday. Govern immediately on base.
And there you had Jones, the third baseman, well over toward that hole on the left side. But he went almost right in front of Oviedo, the shortstop, who probably had the better play on that ball.
Yeah, it would have been a tough play to make. Govern decent speed heading down the line at first. And that'll bring in Johnny DeLuca, who we saw bat from the left side yesterday, this time digging in from the right-handed batter's box. It's the wind in the first pitch. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike. Switch hitter. Saw DeLuca only bat from the left side yesterday. The lefty on the mound here for Cotuit. We'll switch around and bat right-handed. Here's the 0-1. That one is dribbled up the first base line, but it will scoot foul. First baseman Bierman will field it in foul territory just in front of the first base bag, and the count quickly 0-2 on DeLuca.
After just 5 hits yesterday for YD being shut out by the Commodores, you see the early hacks from them. I think they're fired up and ready to go and get back to the Red Sox offense that we're used to throughout this early portion of the season.
DeLuca digs back into the right-handed batter's box. Lefty winds and fires home the 0-2. That'll miss low and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. DeLuca coming off a season at Oregon. Not great stats-wise, just a .212 batting average, 6 home runs. Veneziano winds, and here's the 1-2. Fastball misses high and evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yesterday in his debut as a Red Sox, walked and reached on an infield single. 2 times reaching base, as Veneziano will throw on over to first, and Govern dimes back in time. Not too big of a lead over there at first for Govern. Seen make one crucial base running mistake back on Thursday night in Orleans. As Veneziano will throw on over again. Govern still not much of a lead. He'll dive back in there safely. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the first inning. No score between the Red Sox and the Kettleers. Here's the wind to 2-2. That'll miss high and away for a ball 3, 3-2 the count on DeLuca.
TJ, again, you have Eric Jones, the third baseman for the Kettleers, well away from the third base bag, almost guarding the hold on the left side.
Luca digs back into the right-handed batter's box. Flag out in deep left center field, blowing slightly out. So wind going out to left center field as Veneziano will throw over again to Bierman at first, but Govern will dive back head first in time. Dimensions here at Lowell Park. 320 down the lines and 397 out to dead away center. Here's the 3-2. That'll miss high and away for a ball 4. So 2 batters and 2 straight base runners for the Red Sox. They threaten early here after getting shut out yesterday.
Yeah, I think it's a great start from YD. Have the first 2 hitters swinging first pitch. And that's when you force fielders to make plays. That's what happened with Jimmy Govern there. Johnny DeLuca after first pitch swing and then work the count.
Now here is Quinn Cotton. He's finished up his sophomore season at Grand Canyon. Western Athletic Conference Player of the Year. Steps in. It's been a mainstay in Scott Pickler's lineup here so far this season. It's the wind in the first pitch. Off-speed pitch will catch the outside corner from Veneziano. Count 0-1 on Cotton. It's been one guy who's been in that lineup every single day so far, batting either third or second for the Red Sox. Tall lefty Veneziano comes set at the belt. 2 runners on, no one out for the Red Sox. Top of the first inning. Here's the 0-1. That one is slashed foul right in front of the YD dugout down the first base line. The count now 0-2.
Real late hack, almost caught a piece of Andrew Daschbach in the on-deck circle for the Red Sox.
Yeah, I'd say that would hurt Daschbach's chances of getting on base should he get a foul ball in a place that he wouldn't want. But 0-2 count on Cotton. Veneziano's set. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. That one is roped up the middle. As Oviedo at short flips it to second for 1. A bounce throw to first. Not in time. The first baseman, Bierman, was off the bag, and Cotton able to reach safely on a fielder's choice. So now still 2 on, no out. Runners at the corners for Andrew Daschbach.
What a heck of a scoop over there by Zach Bierman, trying to drag that left toe, or rather of the left foot there on the bag, but had to come up the line toward the outfield a bit to make that play and at least hang on to that ball, not let it get out across the fence.
Now here comes the cleanup man for YD, Andrew Daschbach. Comes off season at Stanford, a mainstay in the cleanup spot for the Cardinal. Consistently ranked in the top 5 of the D1 baseball poll. Here's a wind in the first pitch. I'll miss away for a ball 1. 17 home runs this season. Brought his average up nearly 100 points from his freshman season. Hit a mere 183 as a freshman, but brought it all the way up into the 280s as a sophomore, along with the power. So going to showcase it right here on the Cape. Runners on the corners for him, 1-0 the count. Veneziano set, and here's the next pitch. That one is cracked high and deep out into center field. Back goes the center fielder, Brundage. He's back near the wall and makes the catch. Tagging and scoring is Govern. That a throw to the plate. The ball will go into the second baseman, Wood, and YD able to do something they weren't able to do yesterday. They strike first. It is 1-0 Red Sox.
Daschbach just missing that ball as well to straightaway center, deepest part of the park. Just a little less than 400 feet out there. But Brundage had it right off the bat.
So in steps Matt Dyer, catching duties for Dyer today. Seen him also at first base this season for the Red Sox. Veneziano will throw on over to first, and Cotton scampers back in time. Now only 1 on, 2 outs for the Red Sox. They lead 1-0. Here in the top of the first. Gotten this run across on 0 hits. Here's the wind and the no count offering to Dyer. Miss outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Should he reach? Andrew Martinez in his first ups as a Red Sox stands on deck. Veneziano set at the belt again. Peeks over at Cotton at first. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss outside for a ball, 2-0 the count. Dyer spent his freshman season at the University of Oregon before transferring back to his home state in Arizona to attend the University of Arizona here in 2018. Set out this past spring. And Iziano will throw it over to Cotton at first. And Cotton dives back in time. Not too big of a lead for Quinn over there. We'll see plenty of playing time down in Tucson next spring. He's winding the next pitch. That one is dribbled out to second base. Wood feels it going to his left. Thrown over to first in time for out number 3, but not before Whitey cashes in on a sac fly from Andrew Dashbach. They lead 1-0 heading to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Whitey Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back at Lowell Park for the bottom of the first inning. Whitey, a 1-0 lead over the Cotuit Kettleers here at Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. Chandler Fidel out on the mound for the Red Sox, making his first start for YD. Fidel taking his last warm-up tosses. Dyer will throw down to second. Here's how the Kettleers will bat against the tall left-hander from Arkansas Little Rock. Peyton Burdick, the right fielder, will lead off and bat first. Batting second, the left fielder, Will Robertson. The designated hitter, Thomas Dillard, will bat third, and cleaning up the first baseman, Zach Bierman. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Eric Jones. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Bew Brundage. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Adam Oviedo. And batting eighth, the second baseman, Corey Wood. And rounding out the nine is Zach Humphreys behind the plate. His first pitch from Fidel is over for a strike to Burdick. Here's the wind in the 0-1. Off-speed pitch will catch the outside corner for strike 2. Fidel quickly ahead 0-2. Burdick with a memorable performance on opening night back on June 12th. He went yard 3 times in a Cotuit win. First pitch will be grounded foul along the third base line. Count will remain 0-2. Don't see too many 3 home run performances up here in the Cape League. Especially hard for guys adjusting with the wood bat. Here's the wind in the 0-2 from Fidel. That'll miss outside for ball 1, 1-2 the count.
We talked about it in the open. Fidel working in relief against Orleans. Had a pretty good showing, allowing 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs in an inning.
Fidel out of the windup. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good use of the off-speed pitch right there to fan Burdick. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for Fidel.
Nice bite on that breaking ball, diving in toward the shoe tops. Burdick in production mode to take the hack.
Well, in steps the left fielder, Will Robertson. Number 24 plastered on his back. 2018 stats at Creighton. Just finished up his sophomore season. His first pitch from Fidel will catch the outside corner for a strike. 50 games, a .333 average, 12 home runs, 17 doubles, 59 RBIs. Here's the one in the 0-1. Another off-speed pitch, and he'll be in there again. Quickly 0-2 on Robertson. Fidel staring at Matt Dyer. I know Blake gets his sign. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. A weak wave there from Will Robertson. And Fidel making the first two batters for Cotuit look very silly with his off-speed pitches. Quickly 2 outs for the Kettleers. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Thomas Dillard.
Just picking up where he left off, making hitters look foolish. Can't quite figure him out yet.
Dillard, an Old Miss rebel. It's the wind in the first pitch on the way. Another off-speed pitch and another strike for Fidel. He's really feeling that pitch here early. Dillard just finished up his sophomore season at Old Miss. 65 games, a .310 batting average. Next pitch, he'll dot the outside corner again. Quickly 0-2. Didn't see this a lot yesterday. YD pitchers working ahead of the opposing hitters, but Fidel all out in front of the Kettleers so far today. Here's the 0-2. Curveball will just miss the outside corner. Count even now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That .310 batting average at Ole Miss this season. 13 home runs, 59 RBIs as well. Here's the 1-2. Curveball a miss inside. That'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's just getting such good bite toward the end of that curve, kind of snapping it off there.
Just trying to get Dillard to chase and possibly fan the side of Kettleers here in the first inning. Out of the windup, here's the 2-2. That one is ripped out to third base. Andrew Martinez, the newest Red Sox, will field it and throw on over to first. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Chandler Fidel. Here in the bottom of the first inning, we will head to the top of the second here at Lowell Park. 1-0 in favor of the Red Sox. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the second inning here at Lowell Park. YD ahead 1-0 over the home Cotuit Kettleers. In steps the newest member of the YD Red Sox, Andrew Martinez, playing third base for Scott Pickler's club here today. Swing and miss at the first pitch from Veneziano for a strike. Just finished up his redshirt freshman season at UC Santa Barbara. 37 games, 135 at-bats, .244 batting average. The next pitch will miss down and inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. 2 doubles, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. He walked 15 times across 37 strikeouts. It's the next pitch. Fastball missed low for ball. 2-1 the count. It'll be Martinez, Campbell, and Koss due up here in top of the second inning. Martinez will show bunt, but pull it back. He'll make the count in his favor. 3 balls and a strike. Quickly out of the windup. Here's the 3-1. Fouled straight back our way. Just off to the right of home plate. And the count will now be full on Martinez. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Flag out in left center field has settled down. Not much wind here today at Lowell Park. Next pitch will miss down and away. A fastball for ball 4. And the second straight inning, the leadoff batter reaches for YD.
I think the best way to describe these YD bats is aggressive but disciplined. We haven't really seen a Red Sox so far this afternoon chasing a pitch down into the dirt, but they've tried to be on the first pitch as much as they could be tonight.
Now here is Noah Campbell at the University of South Carolina. So he will dig in for the first time as a Red Sox. It's the one of the first pitch. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike. Just finished up his freshman season. 275, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. It's the wind, and Viziano will throw on over to first, but back in time is Martinez.
He's thrown over to first plenty so far this afternoon, but really hasn't fooled the Red Sox yet.
Trying to keep the base runners close for Whitey. We know Scott Pickler, an aggressive head coach. The next pitch will miss low for a ball, even up the count at a ball and a strike. Campbell's Gamecocks of South Carolina eliminated in the Super Regionals by the University of Arkansas. That's why Campbell's here on the Cape now instead of in Omaha. Here's the 1-1. That one is popped high down the first base line in foul territory. And it will be caught out there by the right fielder, Burdick. Quickly out, number 1 for Campbell. Not probably the contact he wanted in his first at-bat, but that'll bring up the shortstop, Christian Koss. Koss, the leader in batting average for YD last summer.
Went on a tear throughout mid to late July and really spurred YD coming into the playoffs.
Hit .309, home run and 10 RBIs. It's the wind in the first pitch. One's lined foul down the first base line.
Got him in on the hands.
0-1.
In on the hands there with the hit and run on, though. Koss has to swing that bat, try to put something on the ground.
Mentioned, I'm sure Scott Pickler would love to have Koss's bat with the same production back in his lineup. So Manning, a good shortstop out there in the middle of the infield. The season at UC Irvine, just finishing up his sophomore campaign, 287 batting average, a home run, 9 doubles. As the next pitch will be outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Sox hiked up to reveal red stirrup socks. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Koss. And Veneziano head now in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here in the top of the second inning, YD in front by a score of 1-0.
Koss absolutely trying to turn on that pitch. Just 320 down the left field line. Not much more than a poke for him.
Veneziano set, and he'll throw back over to first, but not much of a lead again over there for Martinez. This doesn't have to put a lot of effort into diving back to the far corner of the first base bag. Veneziano quickly back on the rubber and set. Here's the 1-2. That'll miss outside for a ball and even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Should Koss reach. It'll be Bradley Beasley standing on deck out of Cal Poly. Veneziano set. Here's the 2-2. That one is swung on and popped up, foul, and out of play. The count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty decent crowd here at Lowell Park. First of 2 doubleheaders these teams will play here in the early season. It's the wind in the 2-2. Swing and a miss by Koss. A good fastball from Veneziano gets Koss swinging, and there's 2 down.
Took a little something off there, and that one down at the knees. Koss just kind of swinging over the top of that one. But just the first strikeout for the Red Sox here in the second inning.
Here's Brad Beasley. Playing left field today, listed as both an infielder and an outfielder on the YD roster. Played both at Cal Poly. It's the wind in the first pitch. That one is cracked deep out into left field. Back on the track at the wall. That one is gone. What a way to make your name heard, Brad Beasley. A 2-run shot here in the top of the second inning, and YD now out in front, 3-0.
And that's how you turn the page from yesterday's brutal game. An 8-0 shutout here. Get a run across in the first and tacking on 2 more in the second inning. YD certainly has turned the page coming to Lowell Park.
Now that's where the leadoff walk for Veneziano to Martinez comes back to bite you. giving just an extra out to YD, and Beasley makes them pay. Lineup will turn over. Here's Jimmy Govern batting for the second time in 2 innings. He reached on an error to begin this ball game. First pitch will miss high and away for a ball. That was a no-doubter deep out into the trees. As the next one is ripped out into left field, back over the head of Robertson. It'll get up against the wall. Govern will turn at first and head to second. He'll stop there. As the throw will get in over the cutoff men. Both Oviedo and Wood out in shallow left field. Could not corral that one. Third baseman Jones does, but back-to-back hard-hit baseballs off of Veneziano for the Red Sox, and they're in business here with 2 outs.
And that one there for Jimmy Govern, almost right at Robertson, just a little behind him. And that as an outfielder is one of the toughest balls to play because it's so hard to get a read on it. So he initially stopped, took a couple steps back, and then had to jump as a last-ditch effort and just couldn't glove it.
Now here's Johnny DeLuca looking to keep the inning going for YD. He walked back in the first inning after reaching twice yesterday in his YD debut. Steps in with a runner on second base, 2 outs. 3-0 Red Sox here in the top of the second. Veneziano set. Here's the first pitch. That one will be dribbled foul right in front of the Kettleers dugout down the third base line.
And again, I think for YD, the key has been they're aggressive but disciplined at the plate. They're not going out of the zone and being hitters that they aren't. They're staying within themselves, but when they get that first pitch fastball, they're doing what they can with it.
Veneziano peeks back at second. Here's the next pitch. That one is popped high into center field. In comes the center fielder, Brundage. He will get under it and make the catch for out number 3, but not before a booming home run off the bat of Brad Beasley gives the Red Sox a 3-0 lead heading to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. A 3-0 lead for the Red Sox here in the bottom half of the second inning. Chandler Fidel looking to provide a shutdown inning, keep the momentum on YD's side. That 3-run lead thanks to a sacrifice fly off the bat of Andrew Dashbach. And a booming 2-run home run off the bat of Brad Beasley. 9-hole hitter for YD back in the second inning. It's the first pitch on the way to Zach Bierman, the first baseman, will miss high and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Fidel, a quick 1-2-3 inning back in the first, including 2 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. He's consistently working ahead of the hitters in the first inning. See if he does the same here in the second. Out of the windup, here's the 1-1. Check swing. Home plate umpire said he went around. So Bierman in a 1-2 hole now. Seen Fidel go into that sweeping breaking ball a lot in the first inning. See if he goes back to it here. He's got the advantage on Bierman. 1-2 the count. Out of the windup, the lefty deals. High fastball will miss. Count even at 2-2.
Good waist pitch up top there after going with the breaking ball right around the knees, changing the eye level.
No, right back on the rubber. He winds. Here's a 2-2. Curveball will hit him. That will hit Bierman right on the shoulder. just not enough break on that to catch the inside corner. And the leadoff man reaches for Cotuit here in the second. We saw that too much yesterday. Seemed like every inning Falmouth had the leadoff batter on. Did not happen in the first inning for Fidel, but it will happen here in the second. It'll bring up Eric Jones, the third baseman, as he steps into the batter's box. Jones just finishing up his junior season at Davidson. 54 games, 203 at-bats, a .335 average. First pitch from Fidel will catch the outside corner for strike one. That .335 average, 11 home runs, 60 RBIs. Nearly even strikeout to walk ratio, 35 walks across 37 strikeouts. Here's the wind from Fidel. Here's the 0-1. That'll catch the outside corner again with the fastball. Count now 0-2.
Working ahead has been something that Fidel's gotten used to so far this afternoon.
Fidel working out of the stretch for the first time today. Here is the 0-2 offering. That one is dribbled out to shortstop. Actually, no, it will be Fidel who fields it on the mound. He will fire to Jimmy Govern, who had to extend fully out to his left to snag that one. No return throw to first. Red Sox will get the first out. And that'll bring up Bo Brundage, the center fielder today.
That ball just tapped right back to Fidel, turned, and both the middle infielders, neither of them had initially gone toward the second base bag, so he had to wait a moment. Jimmy Govern was the first one there. The throw took him off the bag a little bit. He was able to just sweep the toe, so didn't have a chance at a throw.
It's the wind in the first pitch to the center fielder for the Kettleers. Will be over for a strike with a curveball. This moment, it looked like that ball would get past Fidel, but able to stick the glove out there with his right hand and snag it. Get it over to Govern for the first out of this inning. He winds, and here's the next pitch on the way. He'll be fouled up along the third baseline, and the count now 0-2 on Brundage.
That put-out pitch in the first inning was the breaking ball that would drop below the knees. See if he goes back to it here.
Fidel set. Hands at his waist. Here's the 0-2. That'll just miss the outside corner. Hit his spot with Matt Dyer setting up on that outside corner, but just not able to get the call. Brundage just finishing up his redshirt sophomore season at Portland. .378 batting average. Here's the wind and the 1-2. That one is popped up on the infield. Calling for it is Martinez, but it will be taken control of by Koss, drifting over near the third base bag on the outfield grass, and there's two down.
Koss there taking command. He's that leader of the infielder, at shortstop, but also on the left side, especially with the sun beating down. Martinez initially put the hand up, I think, to block his eyes.
He's one of the few returning Red Sox, as you mentioned, spent the entire last summer with YD. Fidel now with two outs. Here's the first pitch on the way to Adam Oviedo. Shortstop, a check swing, but it'll catch the outside corner anyway for a strike. Oviedo stepping into the right-handed batter's box, taps the plate twice. Rest that bat on the shoulders, holding it near his head. Here's the 0-1, another check swing, and check down to first. He did go around, and as we've seen so many times here today so far for Fidel, an 0-2 count. No balls, two strikes, two outs. Bottom of the second inning, YD up 3-0 over the Kettleers, game one of this doubleheader here today. Here's the wind and the 0-2 on the way. That'll catch the outside corner. Actually outside for a ball. Throw down to first, not in time. Driving back in time is Bierman. He's taking a little bit too much of a secondary lead. It looked like that was a called play. And that Dyer just firing it down to first. Dashbach putting the tag down.
That throw from Dyer there, just about as good as it gets. Right on the base, and Dashbach catches and just turns the glove to apply the tag.
Here's the 1-2 from Fidel. Swing and a foul tip. And it will be called a foul ball. Oviedo able to make a contact with that pitch, and it ended up hitting the dirt before it made it into the mitt of Dyer.
It went out to ask the umpire, saw it get together. I think Dyer caught that cleanly there. The issue was when he lifted the glove, he had some dirt in the glove that kind of kicked up, and that YD dugout with a perfect look had it on the first base side.
Well, it looked like from where we're sitting from behind home plate that he was able to catch it cleanly, but looks like the umpires will rule it that it was foul. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Oviedo. Fidel set at the waist. Here's the 1-2. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. The 3rd strikeout in his 2nd inning of work for Chandler Fidel. He's got it all working here today at Lowell Park. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning. YD up over Cotuit. It's 3-0 Red Sox. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back for the top half of the 3rd inning. YD up over Cotuit by a score of 3-0. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the YD order. Quinn Cotton, Andrew Doshbach, and Matt Dyer. It's the wind in the first pitch on the way from the lefty Anthony Veneziano, and his 3rd inning of work is down and into Cotton for a ball. Heart of the order due up for YD, looking to extend that 3-0 lead. Got to feel good after that shutout to Falmouth yesterday, as Cotton will line that one into the gap in left center field. It'll go all the way to the wall. Cotton rounds first and will scoot into second base. The left fielder Robertson able to get that one in, but not before Cotton checks in with a leadoff double.
And boy, Veneziano has had such trouble on the inner third to these right-handed YD hitters. You had the 2-run shot from Brad Beasley down the left field line, followed up by a double by Jimmy Govern to left, and another double to left here from Quinn Cotton. YD seeing the ball well, especially on that inner third.
And here's the cleanup man, Andrew Doshbach. As mentioned, just finished up his sophomore season at Stanford. Made his debut back on Friday in Harwich. Slammed an RBI double off the right field wall there at White House Field. His first hit as a Red Sox, now playing in his 3rd game. Veneziano comes set, and runner lead. Cotton leads off of second. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss high and away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Matt Dyer, the catcher, stands on deck. Mentioned Doshbach. Slammed 17 home runs this past spring with the Cardinal. 63 RBIs. It's the one in the next pitch. That one is slammed through the right side into right field for a base hit. Cotton will round third and get the stop sign from Scott Pickler at third. Doshbach will stay over there at first. A little dive back in the bag after the cutoff throw is caught by the first baseman Bierman, but 2 batters here in the 3rd and 2 base runners. Runner at the corners for Matt Dyer.
I think Doshbach has been so impressed with both of his hits this season coming to right field. He's been patient, not trying to force anything, and so willing to go the other way with the ball.
Here's Matt Dyer. Grounded out to second his first time up. Seen Dyer behind the plate this season for the Red Sox and over at first base. Behind the plate today. First pitch, a swing and a miss. Quickly 0-1. Chased after a high fastball.
With Doshbach pick was talking about, similar to Nico Horner, came in just kind of tight at the plate, and he's working on getting him a little more loose, especially with the hands. Those loose hands are going to hit that breaking ball much better than tight hips.
Here's the 0-1 on the way from Veneziano. Swing a miss again from Dyer. And the count now 0-2. Dyer got runners on the corners, no one out. YD already a 3-0 lead here, top of the third inning. Here at Lowell Park in Cotuit. Here's the wind in the 0-2. That'll be right down Main Street for strike 3. No argument there from Dyer, and there's one down.
Right there, Dyer just fooled, not able to pull the bat off his shoulder.
Second strikeout for Veneziano. That'll bring up Andrew Martinez. Walked to lead off that second inning. Came around to score on the Beasley 2-run bomb. 2 of the 3 runs for YD so far today. Also, Doshbach cashing in on a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. Veneziano out of the stretch is set. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Here's the first pitch. That one is popped high and foul down the first base line. 2 players are chasing it, but it'll land in the trees out of play beyond the first base line. Count 0-1. Standing on deck is Noah Campbell, also making his YD debut. Wind out in left center field with the flag blowing slightly out to left center. Already saw 1 home run today from Beasley. Veneziano set on the mound, runners on the corners. Here the 0-1. It's outside for a ball, 1-1 the count now. Some Kettleer fans sitting out beyond the fence in left field. The nice shade from the trees there, unlike where we're sitting from behind home plate. Lots of sun, not a lot of cover. Here's the 1-1. That'll catch the inside corner, and the count now a ball and 2 strikes. But a very packed, very full crowd here at Lowell Park. A little more on the Kettleers side than the Red Sox. About a 30-minute drive from Yarmouth. Veneziano set. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss from Martinez. And after allowing 2 straight hits to lead off the inning, Veneziano comes back and strikes out 2 straight Red Sox. And now it's up to Noah Campbell to keep this inning going.
A little bit of a bounce back there from the left-hander out on the bump. I mean, this is still a tight game. We're only at the top of the third inning. His team trailing by just 3 runs. Still got a great ball game here, and first of 2 this afternoon.
Now in steps Noah Campbell. Flew out to right field his first time up. First at bat as a Red Sox. As mentioned, just finished up his freshman season at South Carolina as he rips that one in the right center field gap, but over is Brundage, and in the right center field gap, he will squeeze it for out number 3. YD 2 straight hits to lead off the third, but cannot cash in. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. YD up over Cotuit, 3-0. Bottom half of the third inning, YD up over Cotuit by a score of 3-0. Chandler Fidel out for his third inning of work. First 2 frames. Faced only 7 batters, 1 over the minimum, 3 strikeouts. In steps the second baseman, Corey Wood. Here's the wind in the first pitch. That'll catch. Actually missed the inside corner for a ball, 1-0. Wood just finishing up his sophomore season at Coastal Carolina. 296 batting average and 223 at-bats. Here's the one in the 1-0. That one is tapped right back to Fidel off his glove. That'll carry him to Coss out the short. Barehanded play cannot. No throw on over to first. And Wood will reach on an infield single. Looked like Fidel had that one in his mitt. Just pops out. And Kettleers collect their first hit of the day.
That's
so,
the bottom of the third. Scary as a pitcher finishing off the delivery there. And see a ball coming right back at you, and he just was reluctant to quickly get the glove back there. Pitching coach Christian Wanders out there to check on his big man.
Get a quick meeting on the mound. Wanders now head back to the dugout. Fidel's okay. The ball just pops out of his glove. But a leadoff base runner for the second straight inning for the Kettleers. That'll now bring up Zach Humphreys, the catcher. I think they're going to roulette an infield single. That'll bring up the catcher, Humphreys. Humphreys out of TCU, just finishing up his sophomore season. 225 batting average. No home runs, 3 doubles, 27 RBIs. First pitch, we bounced in there. Good block from Dyer. And the runner at first, Wood, not going anywhere. Fidel, after a 1-2-3 first, allows a hit by pitch in the second inning, and now a leadoff infield single in the third. It's only one hit allowed, though. 3-0 Red Sox here in the bottom of the third. They'll throw over to first, a sidearm over to Doshbach. But Wood back in time without a dive. Fidel comes set. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss just down and away. Did not miss the outside corner by much to the right-hander Humphreys. It's 2-0. Whitey defense playing pretty straight up behind Fidel. Here's the wind in the 2-0. High and a pump fake throw down to first. It'll get away from Dyer. Just pop out of his mitt. That'll miss again. It's 3-0.
Dyer, almost like a strip sack there of a quarterback, brought the arm back to fire and just lost the ball momentarily.
No advancement from Wood down there at first. Double play still in order, but Fidel behind Humphreys, 3-0. Here's the wind in the 3-0. That'll catch the plate. And Fidel fighting back. It's now 3-1. Standing on deck, the lineup would turn over. Would be the right fielder, Peyton Burdick. Fidel set. Here's the 3-1. That'll miss outside for ball 4. Humphreys will jog down to first, and the first two men have reached here in the bottom half of the third.
It's just the first walk allowed there from Chandler Fidel after that screamer came right back at him. He's got to take an extra second to settle himself down as he does back to the plate, just staring in the trees in the outfield.
Well, here comes Peyton Burdick. He struck out swinging his first time up against Fidel to lead off the ball game. Fidel now working with 2 runners on. Peeks back at the runner at second, and we'll fire home the first offering. Curveball chopped foul right in front of the Kettleers dugout. Count 0-1. Burdick, a memorable performance on opening night. 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. One of the best opening day performances in Cape Cod League history. Back on Tuesday, June 12th, earlier this week. Fidel gets his sign and comes set at the belt. Here is the 0-1 offering, and he will just pump fake and turn around to second. Runner Corey Wood will scoot back to the bag. Govern not covering over there at second. Fidel gets his sign again. Here's the 0-1. Curveball will catch the outside edge, and quickly 0-2 on the leadoff guy, Burdick. Standing on deck is the left fielder, Will Robertson. He also struck out back in the first. Fidel looking to get his sign from Dyer. He'll come set again. Peek back at the runner at second. Here's the 0-2. Runners go. It'll be high and away outside. No throw from Dyer as he again has trouble with the baseball. And a double steal executed perfectly by the Kettleers. And now runners on at second and third.
Again, Dyer there, cocking the ball back, bringing it up to make that throw, and just losing a handle of it.
Now 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 runners in scoring position for the Kettleers. No one out. Bottom of the third inning, YD on top, 3-0. Fennell now back in the windup with the runner on third. Peeks in at Matt Dyer. Runner down at third. Wood gave a pump fake towards home, and Fennell stepped off. Wood leading off of third. Humphreys leading off of second. Fennell staring in at Peyton Burdick, the right fielder. Into the wind. Here's the 1-2. That one is ripped foul, just fouled on the third base line. That would have been trouble for YD had it stayed fair, but fouled by about a foot, and the count will remain 1-2.
Burdick just sitting on that curveball there, able to wait back and rip it.
Burdick digs back into the batter's box, taps his bat on home plate. Here's the wind and the 1-2 again from Fennell. Check swing. Down and in. They do not. They check down. The umpire now covering second base. He did not go around, and the count evens at 2-2.
Another great breaking ball there from Fennell at the mound.
Burdick able to just check his swing, keep his wrists from breaking. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Burdick. Fennell still in the windup. Here's the 2-2 offering. Outside with a fastball for ball 3, and Burdick has worked a full count here. It's 3-2. There is a base open at first for Burdick. Standing on deck is Will Robertson, the left fielder. Still no one out here in the bottom of the third. Here's the wind and the 3-2 offering from Fennell. Curveball just fouled back by Burdick. Just got a piece of it. And the count will stay full.
That just shows how much confidence Fennell has in that breaking ball to be able to spot it in the full count.
Fennell trying to retire the first batter of this bottom of the third. They're allowing the first 2 to reach. Out of the windup, here's the full count offering on the way. That one again is chopped foul down the third base line. It'll now be 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Right back to the curve one more time.
See what he goes with here. We've seen him also like to paint that fastball on the outside corner as well. Throw that curveball down and in. Here's the 3-2 offering again. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. Peyton Burdick goes down looking. Runners on at second and third. And as you mentioned, Brandon, that's just confidence with that curveball.
A little backdoor action going on the outer third, catching the corner. Terrific pitch from Chandler Fennell. You've got to be protecting there, Peyton Burdick.
Here is Will Robertson. Struck out swinging his first time up. Left fielder for Cotuit today. Here's the wind and the first pitch to the lefty. Curveball will catch the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. Robertson, a left-handed batter. Struck out on a curveball diving out of the strike zone on the right-handed batter's box. His first time up. It's the wind in the 0-1. Another curveball will be high. Dyer looks the runner back down to third. Count now 1-1. Fennell trying to work out of this 2-on, no-out jam with 1 out here, the bottom of the third inning. Here's the wind in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that curveball again. 4 straight curveballs from Fennell. It's now 1-2 back in Chandler's favor.
Just kind of getting into that groove there that the lefty had to start out today.
Fennell peeks in at Dyer. The big lefty will wind. Here's the 1-2. Another curveball. That one is hit high out to right field. Back goes Cotton. He's got a beat on it, and he will squeeze it. He'll miss it. He misses it in the sun. It'll drop in. Scoring from third is Wood. Moving up a base is Humphreys, but just lost it in the sun. That sun right overhead, right in all of the outfielders' eyes. Just could not see that baseball, and Cotuit now on the board.
And off the bat, Cotton had a really good read on that ball, was drifting back, seemed like he was at the spot, and then last minute just kind of lost it, and you saw him duck, trying to cover up to make sure he didn't get hit. Landed just a foot away from him. Good thing, though, Cotton got that ball in quickly, and only 1 run scored.
So a Sun double for Will Robertson. What looked like a sure second out of the inning. Just a double for Cotuit and a run in. Here's Thomas Dillard, the designated hitter. He'll watch a ball outside for ball 1, 1-0 count. Dillard grounded out to Martinez at third, his first time up, but some bad luck for Chandler Fidel. Looked like he had gotten that second out of the inning. Regardless, a run probably would have come across for the Kettleers. That ball pretty deep out in right field. This next pitch, a fastball swing and a miss on the outside corner. And the count evens up on Dillard at 1-1.
And the 2 hits today, smoke chopper right back to Fidel off his glove, and then a ball that should have been caught out in right field.
So can't really blame Fidel for this. He's pitched well today so far through 2 1/3 innings. Fidel back on the rubber. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a foul straight back. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not the only doubleheaders going on today. Hyannis will host Brewster. First pitch of that first game of the doubleheader set for 3 o'clock. Falmouth hosting Harwich. Bourne hosting Chatham. And Wareham hosting Orleans. Out of the wind, here's the 1-2 from Fidel. Curveball, like Dillard wanting to check his swing at that, but it'll miss down and in for a ball, even up the count at 2-2. Fidel's getting these Cotuit Kettleers to really think about that curveball. He's got it working so far today. Here's the wind in the 2-2. Line out into center field. Back on it is DeLuca. He has it for out number 2. Tagging and scoring from third without a throw is Zach Humphreys, the catcher, and Kettleers draw a run closer. It's now 3-2 YD.
That one just kind of off the end of the bat. Dillard just missing the barrel on that one, but enough to get the job done, get the run in, and make this game a 1-run.
Now Zach Bierman, the first baseman, will step in. He reached to lead off the second inning on a hit by pitch. Fidel trying to limit the damage to just 2 runs here in the bottom half of the third inning. Fidel sets. Here's the first pitch on the way. Curveball missed down and away for ball 1, 1-0 the count.
Robertson getting way out in between second and third.
Fidel back on the rubber. Runner leads off of second. That is Robertson. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss away again. 2-0 the count now on Bierman. Trying to work out of this runner on second, 2 outs now. Bottom half of the third inning. Whitey in front, 3-2. Fidel will peek back at the runner at second. And here's the 2-0. That'll catch the outside corner. Bierman looks like he did not totally agree with that call. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Slightly open stance. Fidel gets his sign on the rubber. Here is the 2-1. That'll be popped up foul and out of play along the third base line. And Fidel now a strike away from getting out of it. 2-2 the count on Bierman. 2 outs. Bottom half of the third inning. YD in front by a score of 3-2. Bierman will step back in the batter's box. Taps his bat on home plate. He'll step off. Go through the signs again with his catcher, Matt Dyer. Robertson leads off of second. Here's the 2-2 offering. Swung on and fouled again along the third base line. Count will stay the same, 2-2.
Bierman trying to sit on that one on the inner third and just kind of got under it, able to foul it back. Frustrated with himself.
Bierman back in the batter's box. Fidel looking right into Matt Dyer. Get that sign. Lefty comes set. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Curveball again, fouled along the third base line again.
To me, it just seems like he's trying to set up that fastball painted on the inside corner.
Possibly go up and in on the letters.
Just keeps going back to that curve, though. So much confidence in the pitch, and it's proven to doing well for him so far.
Fidel comes set. Here's the 2-2 again. That one is ripped past Jimmy Govern at second into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Robertson. He will slide in. The ball dropped at home plate by Matt Dyer. The strong throw in by Quinn Cotton, not in time. And here in the third inning, the Kettleers tied up at 3. An RBI single by Zach Bierman.
Oh, that's exactly what he did. The fastball in the inner third, and Bierman was ready for it, taking it to right field past the diving Govern. Then a good relay throw in from Cotton there in right field, but just not in time. And got a tie ball game.
So in steps the third baseman, Eric Jones. The 7th batter of this third inning. That RBI single by Bierman, the third hit of the day for the Kettleers here in the bottom of the third. Here's the first pitch from Fidel. An off-speed pitch down and away. Swing and a miss from Jones. Count now 0-1.
This inning starts with an out. Fidel able to glove that ball right back at him. It's a much different look here.
Or Cotton grabbing that sun ball out in right field. None of these runs come across. Fidel winds. Here's the 0-1. That one is ripped again out into the left center field gap. That'll get down. Rounding third and heading home is Bierman. Stopping it at first is Eric Jones, but an RBI single by the third baseman in Cotuit. Just like that, takes the lead 4-3.
And Cotuit has been given a couple opportunities. They've taken full advantage of them so far.
Bierman advancing to second on the throw home by Cotton. And coming around to score on the single by Eric Jones. Just like that, a 4 spot here in the bottom half of the third. Whitey just looking to get out of this inning, stop the bleeding. In steps Bo Brundage, center fielder. Popped out to the shortstop, Christian Koss, his first time up. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count on the center fielder for the Kettleers. Bad breaks for YD in this inning. This next pitch, a curveball, is down and away for a ball. 1-1 the count. Runner Jones leads off of first. 4 runs across for the Kettleers here in the bottom half of the third. Next pitch is popped up sky high into shallow right center field. In comes DeLuca. He's got it. He'll squeeze it for out number 3, but not before the damage is done by the Kettleers. 4 runs across for Cotuit here in the bottom half of the third inning. We head to the top of the fourth. YD down 4-3. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top half of the fourth inning, Whitey now trailing the Cotuit Kettleers by a score of 4-3. Christian Koss, Brad Beasley, and Jimmy Govern due up for the Sox here in the top half of the fourth inning. Anthony Veneziano, his afternoon is done. 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. New pitcher out of Mississippi State, Colby White, will wind and fire home the first offering to Koss. A swing and a foul straight back, and the count now 0-1.
Veneziano leaves this game with a chance to win it. His team up. He's right now the winning pitcher on the ledger.
When he last left the mound, did not look like that was possible, but we'll see here. Here's the wind and the next pitch from White. He'll miss high for a ball, even up the count on Koss at 1-1.
White so far 0-1 this season. Pitched in 1 game, 2/3 of an inning.
The wind in the next pitch. That'll catch the outside corner. Count now in favor of White, and a ball and 2 strikes.
Gave up 2 runs, so the ERA inflated at 27 right now.
Here's the wind and the 1-2. Almost high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Koss. After Koss, as I mentioned, the left fielder Brad Beasley, he homered his first time up and turned the lineup over to Jimmy Govern. Koss will ground that over to Jones at third. It will fire on over to first, and quickly, a first out of the inning for the Red Sox. Probably not what you're trying to see if you're Scott Pickler. Your team gives up the 3-run lead in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Leadoff ground out for Koss, and now, man, with a big hit for Whitey today, Brad Beasley will step to the plate.
Plenty of time here still in this ball game for Whitey. Showed a lot of pop in the first 3.
The wind in the first pitch from White. Catch the outside edge for a strike. 0-1 the count. Standing on deck, the leadoff man, Jimmy Govern. His next pitch from White. Just missed off the outside corner. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Right-hander Beasley in the batter's box. Here's the 1-1. Right down Main Street, and the count now a ball and 2 strikes.
So far, White just painting that fastball.
Haven't really seen too much off speed from White for 2 batters. It's the wind and the 1-2. That one is dribbled right up the middle into center field for a base hit. Beasley around first and stay right there as Rundage will get it back in, but Brad Beasley 2 for 2 in his first start as a Red Sox.
Swings have been good. I mean, he gets that ball out over the middle of the plate, send it right back where it came from.
That'll turn the lineup over to Jimmy Govern. Reached on an air to lead off this ball game and then slammed a double into left center his last time up. 1 for 2 on the day. 1 out, a runner on for YD here in the 4th. There's the first pitch from White and a catch the outside corner for a strike. Could do it ahead 4-3 here, top of the 4th inning. 8 Kettleer batters came to the plate in that bottom half of the 3rd inning, resulting in 4 runs. White will throw on over to first, but diving back in time is Beasley. 5 hits on the day for Whitey. 4 for Cotuit, but Kettleers a run more than the Red Sox. Here's the wind and the 0-1. That'll miss high and inside, and even up the count at a ball and a strike. Fans still filling in here at Lowell Park. First of 2 games today between the Red Sox and the Kettleers. Here's the 1-1. Is down and away for a ball. 2-1 the count on Govern. 2 7-inning contests. It's the first and second Sunday of the season, both doubleheaders. White comes set on the rubber. Here's the 2-1. That one is dribbled out to third base in Jones. He'll go over to second for 1, on to first in time for a double play. 1 out single by Beasley. Can't be cashed in. Govern grounds into a 5-4-3 double play around the horn. Kettleers coming back to bat in the bottom half of the 4th inning. They lead by a score of 4-3. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
4-3, the Kettleers lead the Red Sox here in the home half of the fourth inning at Lowell Park. Cotuit due up to the plate. It'll be 7, 8, 9. Oviedo, Wood, and Humphreys. Oviedo, the lone Kettleer that didn't step to the plate in the third inning. Cotuit scoring 4, but Chandler Fidel, the lanky lefty, still out on the mound for the Red Sox. Quinn Cotton, who was in right, switches now to left field. Brad Beasley from left moves to right. A little more comfort with the sun. So Fidel, the lefty, working from the line. The first pitch. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner. 7-man Oviedo, 0 for 1. Struck out looking on a backdoor breaking ball back in the second. The 0-1 from Fidel. Swung on the ground, left side up the third base line, but foul. Fielded by Martinez. He'll just flip it back to his pitcher.
Yeah, well, Fidel still being out there. He still got the vote of confidence from Scott Pickler. Just some bad breaks in that bottom half of the third.
That's exactly how the inning played out. I mean, the very first hitter of the inning, Corey Wood, hit one on the ground back to Fidel and off his glove. He reached, and then with an out, a fly ball to deep right. Cotton settled under it and lost it in the sun. Fidel gets a new ball. He's ready. The 0-2. Swung on and missed on the outer third. Put one past him and one away. Oviedo goes down via the strikeout.
Well, we're talking about Fidel and the strikeout. We're usually talking about his curveball, but right there just flexes that fastball a bit high on the outside corner, and nothing Oviedo can do to catch up to that.
5 strikeouts today for Chandler Fidel. 1 or more in each of these first 4 frames as the 8-man Wood settles in. First pitch breaking ball called a strike, sweeping across the plate to the outer third. Wood, the lefty, hit that single right back to the mound that went off the glove of Fidel to start the third. The 0-1. Breaking ball falls in on the inside corner and quickly in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes. One away, bottom of the fourth. The 4-3 lead for the home team Kettleers over the Red Sox. The lefty ready. He winds and delivers the 0-2. Fouled away. Another breaking ball busting him inside. The left-hander ready on the mound. The left-hander settles into the box. The 0-2. Caught looking. That one off speed. Outer third. Wood was fooled, and 2 outs, 2 strikeouts from Chandler Fidel. Looks like the right move to send it back out there.
Yeah, well, this is the Fidel we saw in the first 2 innings before the third inning caught up to him a little bit. And as we mentioned, the bad breaks, but he's been hitting his spots today. His off-speed pitches have been working, and his fastball has been very good.
9-man Zach Humphrey swings at the first pitch on the ground left side. Fielded by Martinez. Bobbles. He'll hold on to it, and E5. So with 2 away, Humphreys is aboard. A slow developing play. Martinez over from third toward the hole to collect it, but couldn't get a throw off.
Well, if you're Chandler Fidel, you're just hoping that this isn't another one of those bad breaks that'll lead to some more Kettleers runs. I mentioned the sun ball and the ball off his glove back in the third inning. This could be one of those in just the very next frame.
So with 2 outs, home half of the fourth, the 9-man is aboard via the E5. Throw over to first. They've got him picked off. Doshbach fires down to second base. Koss applies the tag, and a pickoff from Chandler Fidel will do it here in the fourth inning. No runs, no hits because of the pickoff. Nobody left on base. The Kettleers lead the Red Sox 4-3. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. 4-3, Cotuit leads YD here. First game of a doubleheader on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon, Father's Day. We thank you so much for tuning in, and special thank you to all the fathers, especially here listening in. Brandon Pelter, special guest here in the top of the 5th inning, Max Brill. Max, thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here on a beautiful Father's Day. No place I'd rather be than a baseball field.
That's exactly right. My thoughts as well. And Max, first time on the broadcast here with us, one of the team writers.
And yeah, I mean, not my first time on a broadcast, but my first time with YD. And I'm honored to be filling in for TJ while he goes and does his business on the airwaves in the Massachusetts area.
Well, we're happy to have you aboard here as Johnny DeLuca steps up for the YD Red Sox, still facing Colby White out of the pen, his second inning of relief work. First pitch. Fastball misses down low. And Max, so far, YD out a 2-2-1 record to start the season. The 1-0 is popped straight up behind the plate. That'll reach the seats. What have you seen so far from the Red Sox?
Well, I've really liked their bullpen work. The first game, the bullpen was a little shaky. Mitchell Taransky out of Michigan State came in late in the game and coughed up the lead, but the team was able to fight back with a walk-off win in the 9th, and then yesterday, 2 solid innings out of the bullpen, 4 strikeouts and no hits for the last man out of the bullpen, and then the last man out of the bullpen again on Friday, 4 perfect innings, so really can't ask for much more than that.
So 1-1 falls in for a called strike right around the belt. The bats have been scattered. You get a couple games where they're on it as they started out today, and then they've quieted. 1-2, misses down low, a fastball.
And I think that consistency will come eventually. You have to keep in mind that a lot of these guys have not seen live pitching since their college seasons ended, so it's going to take a little while to get readjusted.
1-2, off speed, a breaking ball just misses in, and the count runs full. So rather the count 2-2. Now 3-2 on the leadoff man here, Johnny DeLuca in the top of the 5th. The pitch. Swung on, chopped on the ground to the first base side. Bierman fields, flips over to White, covering the bag in time for the first out.
DeLuca, one of the newer guys on the team right now, but Quinn Cotton, who started every game in the outfield now, coming up to the dish, and he has been nothing short of spectacular for YD this season.
Shown a lot of speed and does have 2 errors out there in right field, but just balls that he's overrun, and you'd think he's going to get used to the new fields. The first pitch to him is called a strike at the knees on the outside corner. Shown off a ton of speed out there in the field, as well as on the base paths to triple this season. Here's the 0-1 from White. Called a strike. This one just clipping the outside corner. Quinn doesn't love it. He'll reset.
I want to go back to your point for a second. In the outfield, you have to keep in mind it's a very, very sunny day, so all those fly balls are tough plays as Cotton takes one high and away for the first ball of the AB. These guys not used to this much sun. I mean, there has not been a clear day on Cape Cod so far this season.
1-2. Upstairs around the eyes. Cotton lays off and the count evens out. Yeah, we haven't had a better day in our now week here. Season started on Tuesday. I know I got into town last Sunday.
As did I.
White winds. The right-hander delivers 2-2. Swung slowly on the ground into the hole left side. Sliding play, Oviedo. Long throw. Not in time. The ball gets away. Cotton thought about it, but that ball kicked back. And the catcher backing up, Zach Humphreys, had a beat on it, picked it up quickly. So Cotton aboard at first base. That'll be an infield single here with just 1 out.
And that's Cotton showing off his trademark speed, which he's done quite often this season, beating out an infield single there. And look for him to steal a base now. Coach Pickler has not been hesitant to send his guys early this season.
13 of 18 stolen bases this season with Grand Canyon. Still none with the Red Sox, and that might change in this very at-bat as Andrew Doshbach, the 4-man, steps up. YD trailing by a run here in the top of the 5th inning. Man on with just 1 out. Doshbach 1 for 1 today, and now a quick trip from the Kettleers pitching coach. A right-hander throwing in their bullpen down the left field line.
Looks like we might get a pitching change here with just 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
And that we will, Max. So We'll get to the new pitcher in just a moment here. Doshbach up at the plate, 1 out and a man aboard. Back to some of your thoughts. The bullpen has been pretty good. The bat's starting to get a little more consistent. What else have you seen?
Well, I think we've seen excellent play up the middle from Luke Waddell, who's not in the lineup today, but he has been very, very solid at shortstop this season. Very sure-handed, and he's been excellent. We'll see if he sticks around for the rest of the season as more of the permanent contract players file in for YD, but I'd see no reason for him not to. Aside from that Game 2 pop-out bunt, he's held his own at the dish as well. So solid play up the middle, and Jimmy Govern, again, aside from his one base running mistake that may have cost YD the game in Orleans, has been solid. He has a deep double to left center today.
Steven Schock, the new pitcher, right-hander out on the bump. Schock, 6'5", 235 from Maryland, the Baltimore campus, and a funky delivery from the tall right-hander. So he goes not quite submarine, but certainly sidearm there.
It looks kind of like Steve Cishek out there with that sidearm delivery, not going all the way submarine.
So he'll finish up his warm-up tosses and comes in his team the lead, 4-3, powered by a 4-run bottom of the third inning. 4 runs on 4 hits, but 2 plays that could have been made there on a ground ball that was hit right back at Fidel. Don't think you could blame him for that one. Then the fly ball into right field to Quinn Cotton just couldn't make the play. Lost it in the sun on, as you mentioned, the nicest day that we've probably had in our time here. Out on the Cape, about 80 degrees, sun in full, or rather field in full sunlight here at Lowell Park, and one of the nicer ballparks around the Cape.
And most of the games, all of the games that we've played to this point have been 5 p.m. starts or later. So these guys not getting a whole lot of run in the sunlight, and that's showing here today.
Colby White done after an inning in a third, allowed 2 hits. No runs, but right now he's responsible. Quinn Cotton out there at first base. And Andrew Doshbach steps in for the Red Sox. Doshbach plenty of pop after hitting 17 home runs with Stanford. Right-hander Schock steps off quickly. That open stance here from the righty, swinging the arm. Right foot is on the rubber. The left foot is opened up. Now he sets at the belt. The first pitch swung on and missed. Looked like a fastball at just down below the knees.
The radar gun not showing up here, but regardless of how fast that was, that's a tough pitch to hit. Very deceptive. It's got some inside cut. So we'll see if Dashback can make contact off the side-arming right-hander.
Cotton off of first base. Schock kicks and deals the 0-1. Swung on ground ball to Oviedo at short. Flips the second for 1 on to first in time. 6-4-3, the double play. Retires the Red Sox here in the top of the 5th through 4.5. YD trails the Kettleers 4-3 at Lowell Park. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. One-run lead here for the Kettleers at Lowell Park on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. First game of 2 coming at you today as the Red Sox on the road to face the Kettleers. New pitcher in for YD, Sam Kessler, making his second appearance for the Red Sox. Kessler pitched a game, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, just a walk and a strikeout recorded as well, trying to keep this game just at 1 run. 4-3 lead for the Kettleers. Number 1 man Peyton Burdick due up. 2 strikeouts so far today.
I really liked what I saw from Kessler in his lone relief appearance this season. Him and Alec Marsh have sort of been the relief aces for this team early.
Burdick, a strikeout swinging, a strikeout looking as well. First pitch to him. Swung on and missed on the outer third. Some movement to that off-speed pitch. Kessler, right-hander out of West Virginia. Working from the wind-up here. The 0-1. Swung on, popped up first base side, but behind the stands out of play. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the 1-man, Peyton Burdick. For the Kettleers, his team leads at 4-3.
This is what you like to see from Kessler coming in out of the bullpen, relieving a struggling Fidel and throwing strikes immediately.
The 0-2 from Kessler. Fastball just misses low and away. Hit the glove of Dyer just off the plate. Kessler brings the glove to the chest. The 1-2. Fastball up and in. Now the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peyton Burdick leading off this bottom of the 5th inning. Kettleers, 4 runs, all coming in the bottom of the 3rd on 4 hits. The 2-2. Swung on and tapped just over the glove of Dyer. Might have caught a piece of the right arm as he stretches that out. Home plate umpire Mark Piantadosi out to Kessler. Bit of a courtesy walk there to give Dyer, the catcher, some time.
And this is something you've seen in the Cape League as well. Whenever an umpire gets hit, the catcher will go out, have a little chat with his pitcher to make sure the umpire's got a minute to recover. You don't see that in Major League Baseball anymore now that they charge for mound visits.
So Mark Piantadosi back behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Burdick settles back in. Dyer's okay, and Kessler ready, but Burdick calls for time. Stepping out of that right-handed batter's box, readjusts the gloves. Taps the plate. He's ready to go. 2-2. Swung, chopped on the ground to Martinez at 3rd. Fires across the diamond. High throw. Doshbach up to get it and comes down in time. A nice play from Andrew Doshbach at first base to climb the ladder and bring it down for the first out.
Excellent play there by Doshbach, not stretching too early and getting himself caught in the middle there, but able to handle Martinez's high throw. 1 away here.
Burdick retired to start out the home half of the 5th. That brings up the 2-man Will Robertson. 1 for 2, RBI double to right. First pitch. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner. Robertson's double to right was the one caught in the sun there that Cotton couldn't haul in. Kessler winds the 0-1 from the righty. Swung on and flown out to left center field shallow. Coming on the center fielder, DeLuca makes the catch and the second out. So 2 away here in the home half of the 5th. A 4-3 lead for the Kettleers over the Red Sox. YD jumped out to a 3-0 lead. A run in the first unearned. 2 in the second off the Brad Beasley 2-run home run to left. Here's the 3-man Thomas Dillard. First pitch. Called a strikeout or 3rd.
Dillard, the switch hitting catcher from Mississippi, one of the most dangerous hitters in this Cotuit lineup.
He's from the left side here, facing the right-handed Kessler, who winds from the first base side, the 0-1. Stays away. Ball and a strike. 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th. Whitey trailing by 1. And the 3-man for Cotuit at the plate. 0 for 1. Sac fly RBI. 1-1. Misses outside again.
Kessler being very, very careful here with the 3-hitter, not wanting to give him anything to extend this lead.
Dillard hitting .285, 4 hits and 14 at-bats. The 2-1 here from Kessler. Called a strike at the knees. Dillard thought about it, pulled the bat back. So 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Nobody on. And a 4-3 lead for Cotuit. Kessler shakes the head no. Now begins the windup. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. 3/4 swing there from Dillard, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. The Kettleers go down in order and through 5, a 4-3 lead for Cotuit. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 6th. And 5, 6, 7 due up for the Red Sox, still facing Steven Schock out there pitching in his 2nd inning of relief. In the first, allowed a hit, but a 6-4-3 double play erased that. And YD trailing Cotuit here 4-3 in the first game of doubleheader. Brandon Pelter here with TJ Mathewson. Glad you're back, TJ.
Yeah, it was a long inning away from you, Brandon.
So Schock working from the set here at the belt. The first pitch to Matt Dyer. Called a strike right at the knees.
That was an interesting decision to bring Schock in. Face Dashbach. You know, that side-winding delivery really can give trouble to the right-handed batters.
0-1 stays low on the outer third. So Schock out of the bullpen working from the set, as we've seen plenty of relievers so far this season. Below the belt, the 1-1. Swung on and just below the glove of Schock, right back up the middle and into center field. Dyer aboard to lead off the top of the 6th.
Just took a fastball, middle. Just drove it right back where it came from, right past Schock up the middle. And the leadoff man on for YD, the tying run standing over at first.
Here's Andrew Martinez, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but reached via the walk. It came around to score a run on the 2-run shot from Brad Beasley down the left field line. Martinez looking for his first hit in a Red Sox uni as Dyer leads off of first. Schock sets, first pitch. Fastball called strike on the outer third. All of Lowell Park Field is in sunlight here. About 3:30. Beautiful sunny day. Throw over to first. Dyer back in safely. Just about all the fielders wearing the shades, and they'll certainly need them. The sun right behind home plate. Already saw Quinn Cotton have difficulties in right field with a fly ball. Another throw over to first, and Dyer's back safely. Martinez with UC Santa Barbara, hitting .244, led the team with 6 home runs. Shot comes set below the belt. 0-1 from the righty. Up in high and tight, and that caught Martinez. Must have been right on the elbow there, and runners on first and second with no way here to start out the top of the 6th.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see if you're Scott Pickler and YD. You get that chance to just chip away at that lead, just one run, and now just 120 feet, 180 feet away at second base is the tying run.
Noah Campbell up, and he trots down to talk with third base coach and field manager Scott Pickler as Humphreys, the catcher, out to talk with Schock. And now a call to the bullpen here for the Kettleers. YD trying to tie this game up, take the lead here in the top of the 6th inning with 2 men aboard, no outs. We will return in just a moment with the reliever. The rest of this ball game, Red Sox trailing by 1. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It's Garrett Gale out of the bullpen. Right-hander from Rice. In a little bit of trouble with runners on first and second. No outs here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, in 2018 in Rice, 22 appearances, 2-2 record, a 4.54 ERA, 41 2/3 innings pitched, struck out 54 batters across just 31 walks.
So racking up the strikeouts, over 1 per inning. And here one would do him well with no outs, top of the 6th. His team up by 1, but YD threatening as Noah Campbell steps in. So far, 0 for 2 today. Campbell, the switch hitter now from the left side as the righty Gale sets. Peeks at second and turns towards second. Campbell showed bunt for a split second, and I'm sure that's what Gale was trying to collect as he stepped toward the second base bag. Now he sets. Corners are in. Campbell squares. Pulls it back, called strike. On the outer third, up around the letters. Runners on first and second, no outs, top of the 6th. YD trailing by a run.
Smart to pull back the bat by Campbell. That was a little high in the strike zone. Did not want to pop it up.
Righty sets, now pitches, squares around again from Campbell, pulls it back, and this one misses low. The 1-1 count. Runners at first and second for the Red Sox. They trail the Kettleers by a run here in the top of the 6th, just playing 7 innings with the doubleheader today. The pitch squares around, pulls it back. This one misses outside, and it's 2-1. Campbell's just trying to lay this ball down, and Gale's not giving it to him.
Yeah, preferably down the third baseline. Jones at third playing even with the bag. The first baseman, Bierman, playing way in on the grass.
Corners are rushing. Squares again with the pitch. Bunts it foul. And now 2-2. Campbell most likely swinging away here with 2 strikes, no outs in the top of the 6th. Dyer led the inning off with a single up the middle and advanced to second after Martinez was hit by a pitch. And on the elbow, Gale set to the belt. 2-2 from the righty. Breaking ball called strike 3.
Well, that's not what Scott Pickler wants to see. Campbell unable to lay down a bunt and then strikes out looking on a nice curveball on the inside corner. Now, looks like we're going to have a pitch hitter for YD and Zach Ashford.
Ashford had started the first 5 games, 1 of 3. Did not start this game number 6, first of 2 games here today. He'll get his plate appearance, though. Last night, 0 for 3 versus Falmouth. Ashford in the left-handed batter's box, the first pitch. That's ball called a strike on the inside corner.
Pickler likes the advantage that Ashford has right here. Lefty on righty matchup. Look to drive that run in at second, tie this ball game up.
Runners at first and second, 1 out in the top of the 6th. Whitey trails by a run. Gale sets the 0-1. That's ball well outside. YD 2-2-1, playing in game number 6 for them. The Kettleers, this just game number 5. They're 2-2. Will make up a game tomorrow. The only game on the slate for the league. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, lined into left field. That falls in for a base hit. Dyer around third. The ball gets away from the left fielder Robertson. Now he'll relay it in, but this game is tied at 4.
You've seen Ashford do that so many times in just this first week of play in this Cape League season, just taking a ball in the outside corner and going the other way with it right down the left field line. And just like that, YD ties it up.
So 4-4, YD still threatening here with runners again on first and second. Martinez at second. Ashford after the pinch hit RBI single at first. Here's Brad Beasley, the 9-man. He's 2 for 2. First pitch. Breaking ball misses low on the outer third. Beasley, the 2-run home run to left and a single back up the middle. Trying to give his team the lead. 1-0. Popped straight up left side. Robertson ranging to his right will make the catch. Martinez cannot advance from second. So 2 outs.
Beasley just got under that baseball. Hits it out to about midway out there in left field. Gets a little more barrel on that, and maybe that one's parked out with the fans beyond the left field fence.
YD looking for a clutch 2-out hit. With runners at first and second, we're tied at 4. The Red Sox just tied it up thanks to the pinch hit single from Zach Ashford, scoring Matt Dyer from second base. Govern, the 1-man, steps in. The first pitch to him. Swung on and roped out to right field. Burdick giving chase, and that one is caught down the right field line. Burdick went a long way to make that catch. And the Red Sox are retired here in the top of the 6th, but not before they tie this game up at 4. 1 run off of 2 hits, and 2 men are left on base. Tied at 4. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. All knotted up at 4, home half of the 6th. After the Red Sox plated a run in the top half of the inning to tie this ball game up. Had a chance to score a few more, but a great play on the run by Patrick Burdick. Able to track down a ball in foul territory down the right field line. A couple changes for the Red Sox. Into right field goes Zach Ashford. And the new shortstop is Luke Waddell. So here is the 4-man Zach Bierman up. Kessler still on the mound. The first pitch misses away. Bierman 1 for 1 tonight. An RBI single. Came around to score as well. He's also hit by a pitch. Kessler winds, the right-hander from the first base side, the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. So Ashford is in at Koss's 8 slot, and guess Waddell goes in at Beasley's 9 spot. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Kessler took a little something off that pitch below the knees. Outfield shifted toward right just a bit. Infield pretty much straight up. Here's the 2-1. Checked his swing and a ball in the dirt. Home plate umpire says yes, he did. And the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes here to start out the bottom of the 6th.
Kessler continuing that trend of today of Whitey Arms having really good off-speed stuff. So we saw it with Fidel and now Kessler.
2-2. Called strike 3. On the outside corner, Bierman down looking here to start out the bottom of the 6th.
Goes right back to that off-speed pitch, that tight curveball on the outside corner, and Bierman just caught looking there, 1 down.
Strikeout number 2 for Kessler. This brings up Eric Jones, who's 1 for 2 tonight. RBI single to left back in the 4-run 3rd. First pitch to the right-hander. Dips into the dirt, misses. Jones taps the plate, ready in the right-handed batter's box. Kessler winds, 1-0. Popped up and behind the plate, into the trees behind us. Got a chance to try a hot dog here with some chili on it before the game, and they toast and butter the outside of the hot dog buns. Pretty good.
Looked like a Texas toast bun. It was pretty solid. Above average concession food.
1-1. Swung on and driven out to right center field. Drops in for a base hit. Zach Ashford in right field gave it a chase but couldn't track it down. And now Jones is aboard with a single with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Like Ashford for a second had a chance at that one, but just too shallow out there in right center field. Looked like Ashford shaded a little over towards the line, not able to get there.
That one in off the hands and just powered it to the right side. That brings up the left-hander Bo Brundage. So far today, 0 for 2. First pitch. This is low and away. Bottom of the 6th inning, playing just 7 innings here with the doubleheader. This game 1. We're tied at 4. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Off speed and low at the shoe tops. Jones gets his lead off of first as Brundage taps the plate. Wiggles that back foot. Kessler sets the 1-1. Breaking ball misses off the plate away.
It's the same pitch he did strike out Bierman with. Just misses the outside corner with it to Brundage.
1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Tied at 4 between the Red Sox and Kettleers. 2-1. There he spots that breaking ball in the outer third. Called a strike. Brundage staring down the barrel of the bat. Now digs himself a hole in the left-handed batter's box. Jones also first, the 2-2. Protection hack down the left field line. Martinez gives chase, but it's into the seats. So the count remains at 2-2 with one away, bottom of the sixth. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers tuning in out there, either listening to their sons or listening into some great baseball. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson here at the ballpark, Lowell Park, Cotuit, Mass. Kessler steps off here as Brundage gets reset in the left-handed batter's box. Jones off of first. 2-2. Swung on and roped into right field. And Jones will hold up there at second base, first and second, with just one away in the bottom of the sixth.
That time Kessler left that breaking ball elevated and at the knees. Just Brundage able to stick the bat head out there and poke it into right field. With one out, two runners on for the Kettleers.
Matt Dyer, the catcher for the Red Sox, out to have a chat with Sam Kessler, working in his second inning of relief. First inning of work in the fifth. Kettleers went down 1-2-3. And here Justin out. A home half of the sixth, but runners on first and second. Here's the seven-man Adam Oviedo. 2 strikeouts so far. Now Dyer back out to talk to Kessler.
Now Kessler, it's the first 2 hits he's given up in this outing. Hit by Jones. The first one, runner now standing out there on second, but now with a tie game, the pressure's even more there on Kessler to keep those runners stranded out there on the bases, get a nice, easy double play ball to one of his middle infielders.
So we're going to get a pinch runner out here running for Eric Jones. Be Keaton Wise. Adding some speed on the base paths would be the go-ahead run here for the Kettleers. In the bottom of the sixth, just playing 7 innings with the doubleheader today. This game 1. So it's now Wise at second. Brundage off of first. And the 7-man Oviedo into the right-handed batter's box. Kessler set to the chest. Looks at second. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Down low in the dirt. Dyer gloves it.
That's a good off-speed pitch right there. Just darting down out of the strike zone. Really nothing Oviedo can do with that.
Waddell, the shortstop, holding on Wise. The pinch runner in for Jones at second base. Kessler sets. Takes a peek at second. Waddell all the way back to the bag, but no throw there from Kessler. Now he steps off.
Wise, an infielder out of Coastal Carolina.
Oviedo taps both sides of the plate, outside to in. Kessler peers in, now comes set. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Looked like another changeup. Fell below the knees, and now quickly in a hole here. Oviedo 0-2 with 1 out in the home half of the sixth. Tie ball game.
I think that's so good about that changeup. Just looks like such a good fastball, like right at the knees, right at the thigh level, and then the bottom just falls out of it as it nears home plate. Just end up swinging right over the top of it.
Kessler about middle of the rubber. Set, 0-2. In the dirt, Dyer diving to his right. Was able to glove it, and a big stop there, keeping Wise at second and Brundage at first with just an out. Wise off of second, Brundage off of first. And Oviedo into that right-handed batter's box. Kessler, the righty, sets just below the chest. 1-2. Swung on, tapped up the third base side. Martinez fields, flips to second for 1. No throw at first there from Govern. Did a quick spin and looked back at third base. So YD retires the middle runner for an out. Now with 2 away, runners on the corner for the Kettleers.
That's actually a really smart play by Jimmy Govern, knowing he has no chance to get Oviedo hustling down the line at first. Instead, just a pump fake throw on over to first, and then immediately looks back to third to see catch the runner. Weiss straggling off the bag, but he was there.
Scott Pickler slowly out of the first base side dugout, makes the motion to the bullpen, and we'll have a reliever here for the Red Sox. Bottom of the sixth. 2 outs, but 2 men aboard in this tie ball game. Just playing a 7 here, first game of the doubleheader. We'll find out the reliever and more when we return. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. First game of 2 in the doubleheader here at Lowell Park. YD and Cotuit in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 4, but the Kettleers are threatening with runners on the corner with 2 away. Braden Fink, the new pitcher for the YD Red Sox.
Yeah, out of the University of Oklahoma, 26 games this season, all out of the bullpen, a 1.80 ERA, 20 innings pitched, only allowed 12 hits in those 20 innings, 28 strikeouts across just 8 walks, a shutdown reliever at Oklahoma, and head coach Scott Pickler, hopefully a shutdown relief appearance right here.
I think the left-hander takes a deep breath on the back of the mound, staring out at the trees in center field. And now we'll get a pinch hitter out for Cotuit. It'll be the right-hander for the Kettleers, Corey Joyce, and to hit for the 8-man, Corey Wood. So with 2 outs, runners on the corner, tied at 4 here between YD and Cotuit. First game of a doubleheader, so we're just playing a 7. The left-hander Fink sets. First pitch. Fastball popped up in foul territory, out of play on the first base side. Fink with the left hand, ball in hand, kind of swings it way down at the shoe tops.
A little bit left-handed Craig Kimbrell-esque.
Almost scraping the knuckles across the dirt. Now he comes set. The 0-1. Fastball misses low and in. Count even, a ball and a strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on the corner here. It's Keaton Wise pinch running for Eric Jones at third. And Adam Oviedo reached on the fielder's choice over at first. They get their leads. 1-1. Swung on and skied out towards shallow center. Waddell is back, and he makes the catch to retire the side. YD pitching staff working into and out of some trouble. No runs on 2 hits. 2 men are stranded through 6. Tied at 4 between the Cotuit Kettleers and the YD Red Sox. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Braden Fink didn't take much out of the bullpen, but he got out of a jam, inducing the pop out to the pinch hitter Corey Joyce to end the bottom of the 6th with runners on the corner. Now here in the final inning, top of the 7th, tied at 4. YD looking to score a couple runs. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead to start this game, and a 4-run third inning has propelled these Cotuit Kettleers here in Game 1 of the doubleheader.
Well, we're here in the bottom of this, or top of the 7th inning. Heart of the order due up for YD, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the guys you want at the plate. You're looking to scratch just one run across. Hopefully give your bullpen a chance to shut this game down in the bottom half of the frame.
Here's Johnny DeLuca, 0 for 2. Reached on a walk back in the first inning. DeLuca here, batting from the left side. Face Garrett Gale out for another inning of work from the pen. The right-hander from Rice. Gale sets at the belt, the first pitch. This is outside.
It's the first time we'll see DeLuca switch around and bat left-handed today.
One-0. Fastball that misses just below the knees. So 2-0 here on Johnny DeLuca to lead off the top of the 7th inning. Tied at 4 between YD and Cotuit. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Gale the 2-0. Fastball called a strike on the outer third. DeLuca looking for his first hit of the day. Start YD here in the 7th, the 2-1. Swung on the ground right side. Fielded there by Joyce. Flips on to first in time for the first out.
Well, that took a very weird hop from Joyce out there at second base. Looked like he had to corral it in his stomach, but able to keep a handle on the ball and get DeLuca for the first out.
Here's Quinn Cotton. He's had a good day, 2 for 3. Double and a single. The double coming in the 3rd. Infield single in the 5th. Hit that one into the hole left side, the first pitch. Breaking ball below the glove of Humphreys, the catcher. 1 out, top of the 7th, tied at 4. YD 4 runs on 8 hits. They've made an error. Here's the 1-0. Another breaking ball. This one drops in for a strike at the belt. Cotuit 4 runs on 6 hits. They also have an error. Those 4 runs all coming in the 3rd frame. Gale sets, 1-1. Breaking ball in, and that misses. So 3 straight breaking balls to start out this at-bat to the 3-man Quinn Cotton. Gale sets, 2-1. Slap down the first baseline foul. Dan Jaffe, first base coach for YD, tried to make a play on it. Couldn't do so.
Quinn likes to go down that right field line. We've seen him do it a couple times so far this season.
Gale sets, 2-2. Breaking ball tapped off that foot of Cotton and foul. So the count remains with 1 out, top of the 7th. Cotton can get on, plenty of wheels. YD trying to muster up a run here in this tie game, 4-4. The top of the 7th, each game to 7 innings today with the doubleheader. Gale sets, 2-2. Swung and chopped on the left side, fielded. Oviedo fires across the diamond in time for the 2nd out.
Cotton just got on top. It looked like another off-speed pitch right there. Just pounds it right into the infield grass. And easy routine play for Oviedo out at short. And YD, we went out remaining here in the 7th.
Here's Andrew Doshbach. He could change the score with, if anyone could change the score with one swing, it's him, the Stanford product. 17 home runs this past season in 58 games played. First pitch. Called a strike. Breaking ball drops in on the outer third. Doshbach drafted in the 40th round in 2016 by the Rays. Decided to go to Stanford. Gale the 0-1. Breaks again, and this one started at the letters, dropped down. Called a strike, 0-2.
Doshbach not really agreeing with that call. Home plate umpire, but nothing he can do about it in an 0-2 hole now.
No balls, 2 strikes. No men on. 2 outs the pitch. Breaks into the dirt. Doshbach holds off.
It's good discipline right there. You see 2 straight curveballs, both for strikes to start out the at-bat. You get another one in the dirt. Good take, able to lay off of it.
1 for 2 today. Single to right. Sac fly RBI. Here's the 1-2. Tapped foul. Another breaking ball. Heavy dose of that for the big man. Bierman right on the line there at first. Jones to the left of the cutout at third. 1-2. This one swung on and driven out to left field. Robinson in, makes the catch, and the Red Sox are retired in the top of the 7th. Last licks for the Kettleers. Can they walk it up? We're tied at 4 through 6.5. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It's Braden Fink trying to shut out the Kettleers and send this one to extras. In the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 4 between YD and Cotuit here at Lowell Park. A beautiful Sunday afternoon. And the 9-man due up to lead off the bottom of the 7th, Zach Humphreys. This inning acts as the 9th. 2 7-inning games here with the doubleheader today. Kettleers a chance to walk things off. Fink, the left-hander, sets the first pitch. Misses outside, a fastball. Humphreys so far today, 0 for 1, reached on an error and a walk. Also came around to score in the 3rd. The 0-1. Up and away, that misses. Quickly behind 2-0. Fink came in with 2 outs in the 6th, runners on the corner, and worked out of trouble. Couple pitches to Corey Joyce and induced the pop out to the shortstop, Waddell. Fink sets the 2-0. Fastball outer third, called a strike. Infield pretty much straight up. Doshbach stepping a dive off the line at first, and Martinez same over at third. Outfield maybe shifted a few steps to the right. 2-1. Called a strike on the outer third.
It's important for Fink to stay around the strike zone here. Don't want to allow the leadoff man to reach.
Fink working from the set here with nobody on in the bottom of the 7th. No outs. Comes below the chest. 2-2. Tapped foul behind the plate. 9-1-2. Humphreys, Burdick, and Robertson due up here for the Kettleers. Home half of the 7th, trying to walk it off. Game 1 of the doubleheader here on Father's Day. We thank you all for tuning in. Fink just above the belt, sets 2-2. Misses outside a fastball, and this count runs full on Zach Humphreys leading out off this bottom of the 7th. Fink sets, payoff pitch. Misses up and away, ball 4, and Humphreys aboard with the walk to lead off the bottom of the 7th.
Well, that's Fink's hardest fastball of the afternoon, 92 miles an hour, but can't find the strike zone with that one. And Cotuit, the leadoff man, on here in the 7th. Fink's going to want to try and get a ground ball right here.
So Peyton Burdick, the one man, comes up 0 for 3 so far today. And Scott Pickler again out of the first base side dugout. Slow stroll across the foul line. The infield approaching the mound as well. So another arm out to the bullpen. YD, another pitching change. A man aboard here to start out. Home half of the 7th for the Kettleers. And the pitching change, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It's Alec Marsh out of the pen, making his 3rd appearance here for the YD Red Sox. So far, pitched 2 2/3. No runs, no hits. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts for Marsh.
7 strikeouts of the 8 outs he's recorded. His stuff has been really good so far in his Cape League debut season.
Fink just goes a 1/3 of an inning, no hits, and a walk. That to Humphreys to lead off the bottom of the 7th. So he's aboard at first here with no outs. Tied at 4 between YD and Cotuit. The Kettleers a chance to walk things off here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Just playing to 7 innings. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson here on Father's Day. A beautiful Sunday afternoon. We thank you for tuning in. Hope all the fathers out there are enjoying a picturesque day.
And we saw Marsh last against Chatham Anglers back on Wednesday. Pitched 2 innings, struck out 5 Anglers.
Here's Peyton Burdick, the one man in the Kettleers lineup. 0 for 3 so far, 2 Ks and a ground out. Humphreys just about a step off of the first base bag. The first pitch squares around a bunt, pulls it back, and that one misses away. Doshbach holding Humphreys on at first. Martinez even with the bag at 3rd. Squares around again. Pulls it back, and this one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes on Burdick. Looks like trying to give himself up and advance Humphreys to 2nd. No outs, bottom of the 7th. Tied at 4. Humphreys off of first. 2-0. Squares around, pops it straight up and over the fence behind the plate. Foul right near cornhole. Some fans can grab a couple bean bags and play a game in between innings. But now they count 2 balls and a strike on Burdick. the one man. Marsh a right-hander. Third base side of the rubber. Burdick a right-hander as well. The 2-1 squares around. Pulls it back, but a called strike. Fastball clips the outside corner. 2-2, and we'll see if Burdick squares again.
That's just a dandy of a pitch by Alec Marsh. A little too far outside that you're going to want to bunt. Still able to catch a piece of the strike zone. We'll see what he does with the 2-2 pitch here.
Marsh sets just above the belt. Kicks. 2-2. Breaking ball stays away. And this count runs full here on the second straight Kettleer. Humphreys worked a walk to start out this 7th inning. He's at first. We're tied at 4 between Cotuit and YD. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Marsh, the right-hander, comes set. Payoff pitch. Just tapped foul. Not even a half swing. Burdick started to bring the hands toward the plate. Caught a piece of the bat.
It also might have caught a piece of Burdick, too. But nonetheless, still a foul ball.
So the full count remains. Humphreys is off of first, held on by Daschbach. No outs, bottom of the 7th, tied at 4. Payoff pitch. Misses low and away. Ball 4. Now runners on first and second. Still no outs in the bottom of the 7th.
That's not a terrible pitch by Alec Marsh. A fastball down and away. Looked like it just missed the outside corner. It was at the knees, but just a hair outside. And now first 2 men for the Kettleers reach via the walk here in the 7th.
So it's the 2-man. Will Robertson, 1 for 3 today, an RBI double. Goes to right field. Got caught up in the sun, and Quinn Cotton lost it. Chance to win it here in game 1. Runners on first and second. First pitch squares around. Pulls it back. A breaking ball called a strike on the outer third. So Robertson will try to give himself up and advance the runners 90 feet. Right now they stand on first and second. 0-1 squares. Pops it straight up. It's caught by the third baseman, Martinez. Marsh came off the mound, called it, but Martinez, the third baseman, called him off. Made the catch for the first out. A failed sacrifice attempt. And runners stay put at first and second.
Well, first of all, Alec Marsh smartly putting that fastball at the top of the strike zone. Really hard to get the bat on top of the ball and bunt it on the ground when that fastball is up there. And great communication by Martinez, playing his first game as a Red Sox, able to call off Marsh for that ball.
So now 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. The 3-man Thomas Dillard up in the left-handed batter's box. 0 for 2 tonight. But a sac fly RBI. YD trying to force extras here. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 4. Marshall sets the belt, peeks at second, first pitch. Swung on and missed. Dillard trying to send the Kettleers home winners there with that first swing. Marsh sets at the belly, kicks the 0-1. Breaking ball called a strike on the outside corner. Dropped in around the belt. Dillard didn't love it, thought it might have been away. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes. With just an out, runners on first and second here on the bottom of the 7th. Marsh sets, looks at second, 0-2. Fastball misses down low with the shoe tops. Humphreys stands at second. He started out the inning with a walk, advanced when Peyton Burdick was walked next. And Will Robertson popped up a sacrifice bunt attempt to the third baseman, Martinez. It's where we are. Dillard, the 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball painted on the outside corner. 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, that's what we've seen a lot of from Alec Marsh so far this summer. Pinpoint control, able to dot that fastball on the outside corner for a very crucial second out here.
That brings up the 4-man Zach Bierman. 0 for 2, an RBI single to right, also hit by a pitch. He's got runners on first and second with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th, all tied up at 4. Whitey trying to force extras. The first pitch. Off speed call to strike, inner third. Marsh has done great work thus far. Walked the first man he faced. Now back-to-back outs. Forced Robertson to pop up the sacrifice attempt and the strikeout. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Again, pulling the strings, some off-speed stuff from Marsh.
Marsh features a curveball and also a slider, something he learned this season. This past spring at Arizona State really helped his growth as a pitcher.
Runners off of first and second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Marsh sets. The 0-2. Swung on and lined into the right center field gap. Humphreys is around third. He'll come in to score, and the Kettleers walk it off here in game number 1.
That one, a fastball just left right at the knees, and Bierman didn't have to do much, just drops the barrel on it. That nice left-handed swing, lines it out into right center field, and heartbreaking game 1 loss for YD.
So YD able to tie this game up in the 6th. Not able to do much in the 7th, but the Kettleers in the home half of the 7th inning come up clutch. The first 2 men reach. Alec Marsh comes in and gets 2 outs, but the 2-out RBI single from Zach Bierman over the second baseman's head gives the Kettleers a win in game number 1 of the doubleheader. We'll get a quick break in here, about 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so away from first pitch. Keep a lookout on Twitter, and we'll hop back on for game number 2 of the doubleheader. But here in game 1, the Kettleers take it a 5-4 win in a thriller at Lowell Park. For TJ Mathewson, I'm Brandon Pelter saying so long, momentarily that is. We'll be back in just a few.